prove that sometimes we need a little help from the other members of the food chain. From man's best friend to the king of the jungle, prepare to be blown away by some unbelievable animals that saved people's lives. Khan to the rescue. An average day in the backyard nearly turned into a nightmare for this Australian family. Only days after being introduced to his new home, Khan, a Doberman Pinscher, managed to save the life of 17-month-old Charlotte. The two were playing in the backyard when the pooch noticed a king brown snake, one of the world's deadliest, hiding underneath the house. Sensing the danger, the dog quickly grabbed the child by the diaper and tossed it to safety. For his heroic actions, Khan received a bite on the paw. Luckily for him, Charlotte's mother witnessed the entire incident and managed to rush the unlikely hero to the hospital in the nick of time. Dory the rabbit. Not many people can claim to have had their life saved by a rabbit. However, this Englishman has probably told his story enough times to make up for it. Simon Stegall, a lifelong diabetic, fell into a coma while watching television. Within moments, his pet rabbit Dory was jumping up and down on his chest in an attempt to wake him up. The animal's peculiar behavior was enough to draw the attention of Stegall's wife, who quickly called the paramedics. Porpoises save a familiar face. Film and television actor Dick Van Dyke revealed on the Craig Ferguson show that in his younger years, a group of porpoises managed to save his life in an unlikely way. While lounging on his surfboard, Van Dyke dozed off, only to wake up so far out he could no longer see the shore. As he began to paddle with the swells, he noticed a number of fins coming closer and closer. Thankfully for him, and all of his fans, the fins turned out to be attached to a group of helpful porpoises, which pushed the actor to safety. Binti the gorilla. A fun day at the zoo nearly turned deadly after a 3-year-old boy fell 18 feet into a gorilla pit while visiting with his family. As the boy's mother rushed to the scene, she noticed that some of the gorillas were beginning to take an interest in their new penmate. That's when something shocking occurred. Binti, a 7-year-old female, picked the boy up and carried him to the other side of the pit where zoo officials would have a better chance of retrieving him. A miraculous feat for any animal, Binti's actions more than likely saved the boy's life from some of the more aggressive gorillas. Saved by lions. While they have been defined more often than not for their ability to tear through flesh, this particular pack of lions decided to abstain from their usual habits to save the life of a 12-year-old Ethiopian girl. After being kidnapped by 4 men on her way home from school, the girl was saved when 3 lions chased away her abductors and stood guard until the police arrived. One expert believes the pride may have mistaken the cries of the young girl for those of a lion cub, thus explaining why they spared her life. Either way, the police may want to consider hiring the furry beast as consultants. Carry the horse. It was just another day for farmer Fiona Boyd when she had to rely on the wits of her horse to survive a dangerous situation. Fiona was attempting to move a cow and its calf from one spot to another when the mother began to attack her. Lying on the ground and fearing for her life, Fiona was saved by her horse, Carry Gold. The creature had been observing the situation and rushed to the aid of her owner. Kicking away the cow, Carrie did enough to allow her owner to escape in the nick of time. Kilo the Pit Bull. When a man posing as a FedEx driver attempted to push his way into their Staten Island home, Justin Becker and his dog Kilo sprang into action. As Becker slammed the intruder against the door, Kilo lunged at him, biting ferociously. In a state of panic, the man shot the heroic pit bull before running away. After rushing him to the hospital, it was determined that the wound wasn't serious, allowing Kilo to return home a hero. Dolphin heroes. While swimming in the ocean with his daughter and 2 of her friends, Rob Howes noticed something peculiar. A group of dolphins had begun to surround them. Initially confused, Howes quickly realized that the dolphins were attempting to herd him and his companions away from a 10-foot great white shark swimming nearby. The dolphins continued to protect the group for 40 minutes, only dispersing after the enormous predator began to retreat. The ability of the finned creatures to sense danger allowed this group of swimmers to escape unharmed. Winnie the cat sniffs out danger. After being woken up in the middle of the night by her cat Winnie, Kathy Kiesling quickly sensed that something was wrong. A water pump had broken while she and the rest of her family were sleeping, causing poisonous carbon monoxide to fill their home. Her husband and son unconscious, Kathy immediately called 911. Luckily for the Kieslings, their cat Winnie noticed the change in the air and didn't waste any time alerting them to the danger. Mandy the goat. When 78-year-old farmer Noel Osborne fell into a pile of manure, it was anything but funny. The fall broke his hip, rendering him completely immobile. For the next 5 days, Noel was kept alive by his goat Mandy. She would allow him to drink her milk and would lie beside him at night to keep him warm. While Noel would make a full recovery after being rescued by friends, he owes a debt of gratitude to Mandy and her heroic actions. Have you ever been saved by an animal? Tell us about it in the comments section and don't forget to subscribe to The Things.